The next thing you need to know in this classroom is where to find materials. We have a lot of materials that you'll be able to use a lot of times, and you don't always have to ask for materials. So let's get started right away. Just for some perspective of where things are in the classroom, that is the front whiteboard. That's usually where I'm up standing when I'm teaching. If you go to the right of it, you will see this big piece of furniture that has several bins in it. Now, most of these bins have something in them that you will be able to use, and they are labeled. For example, if you look at this one, it says crayons, and when you pull it open, there's crayons in it, which you are able to use. We also have markers and pens, rulers, glue sticks. Over here, we have colored pencils, scissors. There's nothing in this one, but over here, scratch paper, which you will likely be using quite often. We have our whiteboard erasers, which whenever we do math on whiteboards, you'll be able to get. We have extra learning activities, which will come in handy in a moment, in a few minutes, when we teach you about what to do when you're finished with your work. And then these bins are full of base 10 blocks in case you're curious. For the most part, you don't need to grab those. I will just be handing those out when we use them occasionally in math. Next thing, just right over, so there's the cart, or there's the big piece of furniture with the bins in it. Just right over next to it is our Chromebook cart. This is where we keep our classroom Chromebooks. Every day at the end of during cleanup, you are supposed to put them in here, and then as they're needed throughout the day, the next morning, you can grab them and put them on your desk. There's headphones on top as well, and then over here we have our big Wonders books. Whenever we're doing reading as a class, or oftentimes in partners as well, you will need to grab one of those books. And then over here, next to them, we have our leveled readers. The leveled readers, you use those during ELA rotations, or some teachers may have called them small groups. Not sure what your last teacher called them, but a couple more materials that will be important. Two more. Over here, we have our classroom library. There's a variety of books over here in case you ever finish your work fast or you need to do one of your weekly book projects. You can grab one of the books over here and read it, as long as you put it back neatly. And then over here, we have our extra math sheets. These are math sheets you do if you finish your normal math work in your math book early. So the goal is to be able to finish about 3 or 4 of those every week, but it will vary depending on the week. And just again, for some reference, here's the front whiteboard. Over there is where we started, where the crayons and colored pencils are. We walked over there towards the Chromebook card, the Wonders books, the level readers, and then over here we have our classroom library and extra math sheets. Now, one more thing with these, all the materials you use in this class, you are supposed to put back where you found them after you use them. So I'm going to demonstrate what that looks like. So say that I'm over here in a student desk and I decide that I need scissors for an assignment, or say I have to cut out my spelling words. So I'm going to walk over to the scissors, do this quietly, grab some scissors, bring them back to my desk, and I'm going to cut out whatever it is I was going to cut out, in this case, spelling words. And then when I'm done, I need to go put them back into the bin. Don't put them into your desk thinking you'll do it later. As soon as you are finished with them, put them back into the bin. So this is what you do. Walk over quietly, and you put them back in. And it's that way for any of the materials, whether it's crayons, colored pencils, markers, classroom library books, Chromebooks, any of it. Always put stuff back where you found it and do it neatly. So go ahead and click the next button and you will be able to view the next video.